funny. Ever since I started doing this league, and now I just pit like perfect every time. Like it's like I just do it now.
It's better to be that way.
Hey Matt, that's not how you take something before, but
Discord. Audio.
With the SimRat Market Series playoffs now in full swing, seeing the points since the start of the season, it attracted those from multi-groove racing with primes run instant classic in Miami this evening. Zach Millett still holds the title lead, but only by 5 points following Daniel Wild's surprise victory a week ago. Can someone new tackle Miami tonight? Welcome to Pit Stop TV. Take a look first at the Homestead Miami Speedway. Built back in 1995, or opened in 1995, built in the early 90s. This was a replica, a smaller replica of Indianapolis Motor Speedway. It was changed in the late 90s to take on this oval shape, and later was rebuilt in the corners to take on a more high bank format. It was initially, once it was changed to an oval, initially quite flat, was really single groove racing through the corners, and later, once the banks were raised up, this racetrack opened up to be raced on every different lane through the corners. Of course, you still want to be next to the wall in the straightaways, but you can go high, you can go middle, you can go low, you can go anywhere you want in the corners, and it makes for some astounding racing here at Homestead Miami Speedway. Capacity of 43,000. That's been changed in the last few years. Of course, if you took out the stands in turn 1, you'll see that change reflected on iRacing soon as it was announced today that Homestead Miami Speedway was one of many tracks being rebuilt.
If I take care of the car, what's it do in the long run?
Service, at least refreshed and ready for new NASCAR racing.
You can overheat the right rear so it can get loose off on exit. Other than that, it stays kind of stable.
The point standings. Practice ascending now with Adam Benefield, Zach Lindgren, Joseph Tucker, and Daniel Wiles are top 5. But
you guys do anything with the brake bias? I pumped mine up a little loose on entry.
Going into this evening,
I haven't.
Zach Millett just
I moved mine to 48.3.
Adam Benefield only 21 back. Kevin West 40 back.
Sean
Back.
All right, good luck, y'all.
Back. Really, it's going to take
Good
a
luck.
win for
Yeah, Matt, it tightened up the entry by moving it back.
Millett. It's going to take a win. You're going to have to go up there, get up on the wheel, and take advantage of whatever you possibly can. Now, for Jared Rashawn, I think he's out of the championship at this point. He's just a whole race back now, missing Gateway a week ago. But, for anybody else in this top 12, I think the option is open. If you're able to get a win, I think the possibility is there for you to get back into this championship fight and battle with Zach Millett, Daniel Wiles, and Adam Benefield. For Daniel Wiles, it's a night of consistency. Points
Okay, here we go.
This one and get to the end, I feel
lap. Damn it.
as quickly
Yeah,
as
so did
they
I.
can. Kevin West, the first to set 2 laps. He'll go fastest at 33.543. Zach Lindgren, third quick so far, now fourth. Let's see what car 85 has got.
It's a tough
His
pit
laps
road.
are over, he'll go second. Dylan Cardenas spinning into the inside wall. Crash for car 12. Wiles, half, they're done. Sean Boundy out of the final corner to the stripe here.
Damn, I left so much on the fucking. Damn
And
it.
for Sean Boundy,
Good
he'll
lap,
tick up to
Kevin.
the third position, a 33.715.
Dang it. I don't know if
Noah
it'll
Rainwater
hold.
is back this
It'll be up
evening.
there.
He'll roll out of the pit lane.
Finally got a
We're gonna-
decent qualifying run in.
Racetrack.
Yeah, right. You wrecked last week, didn't you?
Matthew Taylor
Yeah.
on lap number 1 so
I
far.
used the restroom. I'll be back.
Alfie Sharon Jr., Michael Moultrie, Jeremy Brown, they've all got their runs going. One driver did seems have an issue on lap 1, and that was Jared Rashawn. His lap time took a moment to register, but he has got it registered now.
Let's see how
Diecast
this is
fans number
working.
27 now sits 6th in qualifying so far out of 11 cars that have turned a lap time. Dalton Tucker on lap number 2 here. So far, 10th quick, looking for more out of turn number 4. Sideways up off the corner. And to the stripe. Dalton Tucker is going to slow it down. His lap did not look good. He will start towards the rear of the field. Jared Rashawn, problems. Another crash here in qualifying. Zach Millett now on the racetrack. Lap 1, an abysmal 34.050. Gonna look for a whole lot more here on lap number 2. And to the stripe, Zach Millett, points leader, looking for a big one. It's gonna be a 33.568. That's not quite good for pole, but it will beat Zach Lindgren and move car 31 to second place. Noah Rainwater,
Raven.
turn 4. Haven't seen the Luke's Playhouse 05 in a while. Good to see him here this evening. It's a 33.965. That's good for 16th. Adam Benefield on the racetrack, actually now in the pit lane. He was going to have to start from deep in this field. 14th so far. Here's Joseph Tucker. Tucker to the stripe, a 33.755. That's good for 6th. That bumps Gardenius down to 7th. And Taylor, Wiles, and Washawn make up the rest of the top 10 at the time being. And Michael Matta will come to a stop and end his run.
Jesus
And that
Christ,
looks like
man.
it'll be it, leaving Cody Ellis, Richard Lanning, and Brian Ruizzi to
Congrats,
set no lap
Kevin.
time in
Good run.
qualifying.
Yeah, nice job, man. It's good shit.
Now, I mentioned earlier Scott Shive would be with me, and he will be with me a little bit later on this evening, a little bit delayed tonight.
As of right
So
now,
he'll be
we're
joining
short
us here
of
in
making
just a few. Until then, let's take a look at the Lucky
Okay,
Before
about 40 laps of fuel.
What,
What, 3 pit stops?
On pole.
194.
Kevin West, car 01, the fastest
All right,
qualifier
fellas,
tonight.
you're ready to
He
roll here.
stood tall.
Good luck,
Remember, guys,
boys.
we can't win this thing on the first lap.
Good luck.
We gotta be smart. We gotta take our time
Keep
on
it
the
clean.
racetrack. We gotta be smart at the
Zach
pits.
Millett will start from
Earl,
second.
you guys gotta be smart on the racetrack. Watch what you got going on. Just pay attention all the way around
That
us.
outside line just might have enough for Zach Millett to rocket off the backstretch and lead the opening lap. We've seen that before. In fact, we saw it in last night's BRB Racing League event and IRB.
Well, we're glad to have you back,
Starting
Manda.
third would be Zach Lindgren alongside Sean Boundy. A couple of strong cars there.
Oh my
in row
God.
number 2.
Huh?
Jeremy Brown from row number 3 alongside Joseph Tucker. Starting
No,
from
sorry.
7th, you'll find car 12, Dylan Cardenas making his return to the series. Matthew Taylor rolls off 8th. Rolling off from 8th and 10th, last week's winner. Well, in fact, the last 2 winners of the series, Daniel Wiles and Jared Rashawn, winning at Gateway and Richmond, respectively. Alfie Sharon Jr. will roll off from 11th spot alongside Russell Black in the 64 car.
Talking about that
Michael
number
Moultrie
64 in the
13th,
broadcast.
Dale Half in 14th.
Got to at least wave.
Starting 15th, Adam Benefield alongside Noah Rainwater in the 16th position. 17th and 18th, Dalton Tucker
We
and
have
Michael
4
Mata.
sets of tires.
Richard Lanning and Brian Arisi will cap off the top 20. And one car remains. It's Cody Ellis, but he turned no practice lap. He turned no qualifying lap. And he turned, well, I don't think he'll be turning any race laps this evening. We'll have to wait and see, but it's not looking like the 4 car will be joining us here tonight.
Just a quick note, it is brought to my attention that the session was set up with unlimited quick fixes. So I will just be more strict tonight with calling incidents, so just be aware of that.
Whoa. Well, that's fun.
Nice!
Nice. I guess I am finishing this race.
Full throttle in turn 1,
Enjoy the
baby.
nice clean race.
Damn
The
Dalton.
beautiful clean car. If you want me to use any of those unlimited quick fixes.
I'm using one lap 2, bro. Here we go.
42 to 48 laps to a tank.
They say not to use them.
Including Noah Rainwater. I know he's gonna wreck.
And up to 3 green-white checkers are available.
So we can use it, right?
Yeah, you can't use it, but he's going to be strict on penalties. So if he sees you over driving because you have them, he's going to penalize you.
And that is going to play very, very heavy.
I mean, that's the only way to really police it. So.
The course of this evening.
I mean, if you go in without a hood and you come back out with a hood.
These guys should be wanting tires as soon as possible.
Ready to go, Bob? You ready?
Wet through turns number
Ready.
3
Green
and 4
flag, green
and
flag.
down to the Geico start zone to get this race underway.
Inside.
Into that Geico restart zone, Kevin West.
Still
Zach
there at your
Miller on
door.
the front row. We are green
Clear.
flag racing in Miami. I deeply apologize for showing B-roll. I'm so sorry. It's up now. Deeply apologize. Glad we got it sorted just for the start of the race. Zach Millett falls back to second, now third.
Okay.
Zach Lindgren though on the inside. Kevin West
In and
drifts
out.
towards 3 and 4.
No hole yet. Inside only.
Lindgren's gonna pull away.
41.03.
Thanks for not killing me, Mulcher, when I got loose there. Sorry, man.
You're good.
Kevin
You all right,
West started
Kevin?
on pole. He falls back to the
Yeah, I
second
just
position
slid
after
all the way
one
through
lap
3 and
racing.
4 on lap 1 there.
Seventh. Lindgren pulls away with the race
Almost
lead.
lost
Joseph
it.
Tucker in second. What an
On the
opening lap
bottom
in
inside.
Miami.
Still inside. Still there. 34.69. Still inside.
Mentioned Scott Shive will be joining me this evening. Scott, welcome to the booth. A crazy opening lap.
Glad to be here.
Still there.
Crazy
Inside.
opening lap to get things
Clear.
started. Zach Lindgren shoots out to a 6/10 of a second lead. Zach Millett takes over second from Joseph Tucker. And then you've got me floundering around with the B-roll. Oh, it's just going to be one of those nights.
Outside.
I saw it just as we were entering. I was like, wait a
Outside.
second. Andrew doesn't, I don't think he's got the
In and
recent
out.
action going on, but hey, the B-roll looked great. We got it as we started going on. As you know,
Good lap,
Zach
bud.
Lindgren
Still there.
leading the charge
Still
right
there.
now in that number 85 machine.
Inside
So
clear.
started out front here today and doing well so far. Overtook Zach Millett. But you know this track is one of those tough tracks. You go the high line, the low line. You can go pretty much anywhere.
Now, this setup is going to handle differently from a lot of setups these guys have driven on before. This is a tailor-built Team Conti racing setup meant for this series to go racing this evening. And these guys are going to battle with it. We might not see as much
34.473. That lap was a really good lap, man. Good job.
Jeremy Brown, one of the few drivers right on the top side, he gets a run here on the front stretch. But so far, I see a lot of cars going right to the bottom.
Yeah, really, you're going to save tire
Inside.
power on the bottom. So that's why you see a lot of drivers
Still
down there.
there.
You do see some not
Clear if
quite
you
as
need it.
confident
Inside,
near
inside.
the top line because it is so risky.
Still
to get
there.
near that
Quarter.
wall. We got
You're
battle
clear.
for position here, heavy battle for position back here in the mid pack. That's Michael Moultrie around in the 34 of Sean Downey. battling on the outside.
34.329.
Again, like you
Good
said,
lap. Good
cars
job.
are all over this
Speed
racetrack.
1. Get the fastest car on the racetrack. 33.811.
Zach Lindgren fastest out ahead. Sometimes that's a curse to be fastest in a green flag scenario like this. Be turning best times in the racetrack. That means you're probably burning your tires
running
the track.
this sim series with no limit racing. I'm running around the same time he is, which Lindgren is
save it.
there at the almost identical lap times. We see Jeremy Brown in the 07 take the fastest lap away. If I'm running around the pace Zach Millett is, I feel good.
Millett now starting to run that 85 car down to be right on board with Jeremy Brown. Brown going to use the higher lane there.
33.972. Hey, baby, I need a couple more laps like that last one.
And will now challenge Joseph Tucker down to turn number 1. Tucker was strong off the start and has been falling back since. He's down to 5th.
Tucker, one of those drivers, has been so close to a win in this series a few times. He's made it into this championship fight, but he's 48 points back after one race in this playoff. So he needs a night to go well tonight. He's on the bottom of that 12 car of Dylan Cardenas, trying to move around him. Again, that bottom lane is quick, but you can run such great momentum on that top line. You see Cardenas surge forward.
I would argue Tucker should have won at Richmond and could have won last week at Gateway. So this guy is on the edge there of getting a race win. It'd be a lot of fun to see the freaking car go to victory lane. But somebody Daniel Wiles won at Gateway a week ago. Comes into tonight 5 points out of the points lead and just got shoved to the outside wall by Jeremy Brown.
God, I hate this track.
Nothing intentional for sure, but
34.127.
the racetrack, and there has got to be damage.
I'm looking at right now, there's not at least any cosmetically, and looking on that right front on the camera, and so it doesn't look to be any at least cosmetic damage, which maybe iRacing gave him a little bit of a break. So that will all be fine. As we see a pass for the lead has been made. Zach Millett takes it back from Zach Lindgren.
Millett over Lindgren now. Millett started from second. Lindgren started from
33.961. Damn, dog, that was a good lap right there.
Making a move on bound.
Now, will you see the leader? West, the driver who started on the pole had a problem. He's back in 10th. We see here Sean Bounty on the top, fighting here for this podium position. Cardenas able to take it on the bottom. Will he slide up to get in front? No. He'll leave the lane open for Sean Bounty here on the outside. So Cardenas, you saw him ripping the top a minute ago to try to get around that 39 car of Tucker. Now he goes down to the bottom. Well, it's a little loose there on turn 4. Side by side across the line.
Bounty wins out for now. Cardenas still painting that white line on the inside. Still trying to go by this 34 car. Not going to happen there in 1 and 2.
I love this track. It's just so many, you can run so many different lines all the way to the top, all the way down to the bottom. It creates excellent multi-groove racing. You see Sean Downey stick towards the top. Cardenas does as well. We ride along with Chosen Tucker. He gets to the inside of Cardenas.
Cardenas at another wrinkle at turn 4. This time on the high line. But again, high line has such good momentum. You can see here that Tucker able to go in the center of the corner really well. Gets it side by side with Cardenas, but here down the back straightaway, you'll see the Cardenas just able to pull away.
Fights deeper in the field. Kevin West and Jared Rashawn and Matthew Taylor. A 3-car fight here for 8th position. West trying to move on by and get back up on the saddle.
34.203.
Car ever so slightly. Right behind them, Adam Benefield.
Still there, your door.
11th position. You find Michael Moultrie down in 12th. Huffy Sharon Jr. in 13th. Now Tucker 13th over Sharon Jr.
Still there outside.
And a couple cars making contact. Russell Black and Noah Rainwater back here. Good to see Rainwater back.
Still there, your
A
door.
driver that we know is definitely aggressive
Clear outside.
in that 05 machine.
Outside.
And Russell Black in the tight quarters here, racing for it. Now they're going to show, almost go to the outside. Noah Rainwater gets loose there on the top. That's going to allow Russell Black to go on through.
Outside.
He's going to battle here with Sharon Jr.
There's a shot in the shorts there, the 99 car to get him up and going down the straightaway. Miller turns the car down the racetrack through 1 and 2 and attacks from the inside now. The track car media 99 on the top side. Going to hold that 64 down.
At your door
Black,
outside.
I think, had a good corner. Now Sharon has
Clear.
the lead. And Rainwater launches on, just waiting for an opportunity to get on through.
Black, one of those drivers, barely 07 back from Millet, but he's falling back fast. Meanwhile, Cardenas falling back a little bit. He fell behind Daniel Wiles, tries to make a charge here, dips down to the inside. Wiles goes to the middle, Cardenas all the way towards the bottom. Side by side, who will prevail?
34.421. Fourth place for now. It's still real early. Now, we don't have stages here at the Sim Rep Market Series. That sets this series apart from many other on the sim. So this is a straight-up race for 134
On the bottom inside.
Tires, there's no fuel over the course of the
Inside.
We could get a caution any time. That was Jeremy Brown to the inside of the 07 car. Could have a caution come out at any point in time. If something like
Clear.
that.
God damn it. Fucking VR.
How he hangs on to
Clear
his
low.
car and he'll keep on
Outside. Clear up
That was
top.
a close one.
Caution,
Really loose at
caution.
turn number 2. You saw
What do
the
you think,
07
bud? You
Jeremy
think you're all right
Brown
out there?
far away from the shot. He's currently
Close.
running 7th, I
They could
imagine.
be lining up
He was trying to
behind
battle
29.
as that caution flies. You were just talking about Noah Rainwater
Get
spins
behind
and front
29.
straightaway.
Just saying a caution could come out at any time.
Looks like you should be lining up behind the 29.
Rainwater making his return to the Sim Rep Market Series. Noah racing here with Russell Black. We saw them making contact.
Still lining up behind the
previously.
29.
Noah on the inside in that number 05 out of Lincolnton, North Carolina.
Middle back.
Comes up off of turn 4 and just thought he was clear.
Not enough room there for
Finally
Noah
see your
Rainwater.
bumper now.
Thought he had it. Just Russell Black was there by just a hair.
Open.
like that?
The road open.
I think it needs to be the whole car.
And it's a quick
What'd you
nose
say,
at the
Dom?
outside wall. Black dispatches of the 05.
I think it needs to be the whole car.
Five of the cars behind were able to avoid. That was a hairy moment for sure. And of course, brings out our first caution of the evening. Here comes the entire field down the pit road. Four sets of tires rather in the
All
pit
right,
lane.
now let's
this
do the
evening.
calm. Pit road.
Plenty to go
Pin away.
around, but do you take them here this early, or do
Five
you maybe
away.
wait?
I don't know. I feel like I would be a driver
Remember, don't get
to
too
maybe
tight to the
wait.
wall.
Maybe at this point, I might try right sides, try something out. Maybe if I could play a strategy near the end of the race. But right now, I don't know. It seems a little bit early for tires because you never know with cautions. Of course, we know here the Sim Rep Market Series.
Go,
with
go, go,
Nolan
go, go,
racing,
go, go, go.
Very, very clean racing all around. You'll see Millet get out first, but you never know. I mean, Homestead is a wild place. Multi-groove racing can breed those cautions, breed that chaos. So I don't know about using them this early. And everyone came in the lane, so they might know something more than I do.
Well, Zach Millett agrees with us. He takes no tires, only fuel.
How you guys tires looking?
And there were a couple of other drivers.
Yeah, I probably shouldn't have took 4, but oh well. I was 90, 91. I was driving pretty hard there in the beginning.
Millett.
Yeah, it was 93, 92.
Not go up on Jax, but let's see how many West and Lindgren and Boundy.
91.89.
Boundy up on the right sides, Lindgren up on the right sides, West up on the right sides. Lindgren went for 4.
It looks like everyone else
91,
I don't think
91.
anyone tried 2 tires. Benefil might have, because he, look at it, Zach
And
Millett,
one to go.
Matthew Taylor, Alfie Sharon Jr., all 6.9,
Main part about
6.5
who's on your
seconds in the
outside
box,
there.
but Benefil was 8.4.
21.093.
Let's fact check it.
Let's see. Let's
Benefil
see if
take
Scott,
I mean, what do you want me to do?
see if
Sit
Scott
there
is
too
correct
wide
or
outside
just
of
completely
Freckle?
guessing into the wind.
Might be
Yeah,
a
right.
win here. I
Yep,
think
that's exactly what you do.
no tires.
No! Darn it! Well, I was
Hello?
wondering why it was 2 seconds slower, but
Might have
You
just
have an
taken a little
EOL,
more
you should be
fuel.
going to the back.
maybe so. I tried, fans.
Next time I'll just destroy you and the guy inside of you.
Little bit of arguing over who goes
Dispute for
where.
position.
Sir, you weren't going to destroy us. I was inside
We saw
there.
a lot of this. I don't know if you watched the World Series of Asphalt. We're not talking
Oh,
about
here
we go.
A lot
Fire
of
what,
drivers
man?
not sure
Common
where
sense.
they were supposed to be. One believing they were in front of the
Coming
other.
around
Looks
it,
like Daniel
0,
Wiles
7.
was there. So it looks, and another dispute.
Boy, you ain't making it any better.
Well, watch it now. He's going to be a fucking weapon.
But
Good,
that
good
could
one.
be
Look at this. I see it. 07, too many boxes. So that is a
oh,
EOL.
man.
Alright, pace cars off, boss. Get on them.
Here we go. Back around to the Geico restart zone now on lap 24.
Green.
Lap 21.
Fast guys are running 20.4. 3. Outside. 17.0. 2. 4. And clear. Outside. Still there. Still outside. Clear.
Something I find interesting about the pit call is 3 of the 4 cars that took no tires are on the same
Clear
team.
outside. Right
Oh,
outside.
shit.
Interesting
Clear.
call. You'll see here Lindgren, the first
sorry.
Stop.
He's down there on the bottom behind Adam.
I think we should be behind
I tried to check up for you, man. I got hit from behind.
Kevin West, the caution flies. I think, you got
that's on me.
a Moultrie in there. Oh, goodness.
Did the exact same thing on the first lap of the race.
West got free, Wiles went high, Moultrie got into it,
Come around
and
to
came
16.
back up and body
Pit
slammed
road
the
is
0-1 up into the
Pit road
end.
is open.
Golly. It's going to be some big time front wheel damage.
You've got wheel damage. You've got wheel damage. You've got wheel damage.
Each other all here.
So watch here. I'm gonna do something that I don't know. Watch.
You gonna draw?
Yes, watch that car there.
He's gonna draw.
Watch that car there. He gets loose. Checks up.
Oh goodness.
Pit road is closed.
He saved it for a second after that bump, but Moultrie was there, got involved, and then was unable to save it. Came to the track and got them both. Wiles and that of Kevin West.
From Russell Black's perspective, you see the 0-1 get loose, come back up.
Sorry, guys. Hopefully it's not
He
too
ends
bad.
up driving into Moultrie. That's
Thanks.
what caused it.
Thanks to Dalton.
Yep, there was
We're
definitely
good. We're back.
contact there
We're back in it. We're back in it.
Oh, damn. I forgot about that.
But Moultrie gets hit. The 0-1.
Now, if it wasn't, I would have been halfway done because I had wheel damage.
The racetrack, body slamming into Kevin
But
West,
we're good.
who I think has a new number font this week.
Really? Oh, he does. You're right. Trying to change it up for the for the playoffs. You know, he's sitting in 4th. He's only 40 points back from Zach Millett, so he's having a good
All right, now I
playoff
need to
so
points
far.
race the rest of
Obviously
this
did well
race.
at Gateway.
I mean, I know it's still
Not
early,
the
but
start he wanted to Homestead.
I'm just trying to keep up with you guys.
One to go.
Matt is trying to wreck me.
Be smart about who's on your outside there.
I think I made the new guy in this league mad.
On the right front, especially. Left and rear as well. So trouble early for
Matt, if you can
multiple
hear me.
playoff drivers. He's become back
I
into
can.
the pit lane
Okay.
and take more repairs.
I didn't know if you lost everything again. It all cut out.
Matthew Taylor is technically the leader for the time being because he's nosed ahead of Zach Millett, but Millett is the leader. Who will bring us back to the green flag this time around. While we have an opportunity, I want to thank those that help
I think
us
the
with
window
the
for the end is
series.
what, 93 laps, something like that, lap 93.
IMB
yeah,
Raceway,
40,
Rosa Racing,
40, about 42
RS
laps.
Button Boxes, Team Cody,
Is what I can do.
Performance, Track Bar Media, The Butt Kicker, Extreme Graphics, and Cyber Edge Hosting.
Make sure you got all your levers and switches where you need them.
Also want to thank those who help us with Pitstop TV, Whiplash Simcams, ATVO, CC's Business,
Oh, man. Pace cars off.
Williams
Be ready.
Design, Lucky Performance, and the
Green
North
flag, green flag, green flag.
This time by, we'll go
18.5,
racing
7,
into
9.
the Geico
Outside,
restart
outside.
zone we go.
Still
Green flag,
outside.
back in the air at Homestead Miami Speedway.
Still outside. Still there at your door.
We probably shouldn't be doing this.
Still outside.
Wide, here comes Lindgren down the backstretch. He's got those new tires.
Clear,
He's
clear.
put them to use.
What getting them to use 3 wide down through turn 3. Lindgren in the wall there, trying to take it to the outside, put those tires to use like you said.
Guys are running
Gets into the wall.
35.074.
Was 3 wide. He's going to go from 4th all the way to 2nd. Now he looks ahead to Millen.
Lindgren on attack mode. Now, one thing about these guys pitting when they did is it does get them in range to play this race in reverse, about 40 laps apiece each run. There's about 120 to go when that first caution came out.
33.92.
I'm not really sure, but
Go on, man. You picked it up a little bit.
chases
Looking
the
good.
car all the way down.
Speed 5. Gives the fastest car on the racetrack. 33.702. Outside.
Top side down 1 and 2.
Still there, man. Outside.
Trying to get away
Still
from
outside.
the bottom line. Jared Bashan, we look along with him and ride
Two
like this
outside.
cockpit.
2.
Wide, too wide in front of them. That's
Still there. Still there.
Downey edges ahead here. Bashan trying to attack from
Still
her.
there.
He goes to the high
1
side.
outside.
And what are we
Clear
learning
now.
from this? Tires in the hands of the rest of the field versus no
34.088.
tires.
Outside.
on
Outside.
the 31 car. I don't think that's making
Clear.
much of a difference.
Not too much here. Let's remember that was about 20 laps. So
Outside.
19 in the green flag run.
Still out there.
So that's about halfway
Clear
go
high.
in a fuel management situation. So yeah, there's really not mattering much here at this moment. We'll have to
Outside.
see how they grow here.
Clear high.
Again, we might
Oh,
get
he's not gonna like that, Russ.
I didn't even touch him.
Sean
I
really
got
all out
nothing.
on his lonesome. Then it's Tucker and
34.1.
Benefit
That was not me, I promise.
together battling for this top 5 spot.
I'm telling you, I was telling Danny last night in practice, if you get up on people's bumper here in the corner, it'll take the downforce right up that rear end.
In 6th position, not really able to go anywhere yet.
Still inside.
Now, it's still very early in this race, only 30 laps in.
Still
but
inside.
I expected him to be much further forward.
So
Still
did
inside.
you saw him. He really didn't have the best qualifying, not one that we would imagine from him.
Clear,
So
clear,
he
clear.
qualified back in
33.882.
and he's currently up to 6th.
Good lap there.
He's been up to 3rd, but he's currently sitting in 6th, right behind that of the 39 of Joseph Tucker. So it looks like he might be pacing himself tonight. I'm not saying
Outside.
he might
Oh,
just
out there.
be pacing
Clear.
himself.
What the hell happened right there?
He hit the wall. I checked up and
Outside.
Off the top side, you see Millen break the traffic.
Still there.
Try to hold it back a little
Still
bit longer.
outside.
Bounty though.
Off it.
Well,
Outside.
my luck is going like it's been going the last couple
Clear, no
weeks.
caution.
Moultrie
Outside.
slow has a
Outside.
problem here.
36.235. Still outside on your quarters. Clear
So what
outside.
happened to that number 29? Oh, big problem there. Who was that with?
I think that was Matthew Taylor.
I never have good luck at Homestead, I swear.
Look through right now.
It was.
Yep.
Taylor slaps the wall. Black
That
jacks
was
up.
Black. I was wondering who he had gotten into. It was Russell Black.
34.583. Your fast guys are running 33.871.
Well, lead change. Sean
At
Bound
34
on the
is the
outside
leader.
here and might be able to nose ahead this time through 1 and 2.
I was going to say lead change for just a moment. Now it's Millen and Bounty's going to have the run on the outside. Lindgren going to follow him through. So Bounty has got it here and Lindgren follows him through. Now he takes the move down to the bottom. Lindgren wants the lead.
Back Lindgren working the inside. 100 laps to go
34.179.
now. Call it 101 right there at the
Speed
stripe.
12 gives the fastest car on the track.
Starting to come off one by one. We are now 14
outside.
laps in from these guys making their
Still
last pit
outside.
stop. Now, of course, we're
Still outside.
Look at Jared Rashawn on the boards there. He's going to move. Oh, he tried to go low. That
Clear
was
high,
blocked
clear
by
high.
Millet. Millet's going to be a roadblock down there. He's going to make all these guys look on the outside lane.
Now Rashawn having a great night. Like you said, yeah, Millen is going to make them go
34.212.
around. The interesting thing about this is these are the guys with tires, and here they come. those fresh tires are starting to matter. Lindgren now towards the top, Bounty down on the bottom. They continue to battle it out for this lead, side by side through 3 and 4. 35 laps complete. Will it be Bounty or Lindgren?
I don't think either line has a clear advantage. Not versus the bottom.
I don't think so.
85 is the
They
leader.
both have, what is it, their pros and cons. And so you run the top up there, you're going to use a little bit more tire. It's more risky. Being up near that wall, you can bring momentum down the back straightaway. But that bottom line, very solid, very good run. You're going to save tire. Don't get that momentum off the corner.
Go inside.
Yeah, I would say
Still there, door.
the top side might be a little bit more disadvantageous just because you do burn tires.
Go inside.
You know, heads up battle, you'll see a
34.04.
good feed
You're clear.
Some
Outside.
setup you run, you'll see
Quarter outside. Still there.
One be better. I'm not
Clear
seeing
again.
one line be that much better in a straight up battle, which is surprising to me. Usually the top side is really good to defend from, make passes from.
Still there.
The bottom can be used for things like slide jobs
Still
and
there.
whatnot, but we're just not seeing a ton.
Well, that's where I'd say it's all up to the driver. What
Clear, he
feels
needed.
better for you as a driver? When the track, as you see with Sean trying to move into second here,
34.2,
slides up in front of Lindgren. Lindgren trying to pull a little bit of a draft
Outside.
here. But what about Jared Wishon?
Still outside.
What about him? Well, he won a couple of races
Clear,
ago.
clear.
Richmond got his way into the playoffs and solidified it that night. And he was already going to point his way in, at least it was looking like it, but that just kind of
Quarter
solidified
outside.
things for him. Missed Gateway, though.
Still out there.
And now is way back behind everybody else in the point standings. It's not
Fastest
very
guys on the
likely.
track
I think
running
he's potentially eliminated
33.996,
realistically, not mathematically, but realistically
34.055.
for the championship. But he can still fight for all these different point positions and try and claw his way back through.
I mean, you know that Millet is going to absolutely perform well in these playoffs. And if Jared Wishon wanted any chance whatsoever, I mean, Millet would have to have multiple bad races, as well as Wiles, Benefield, and Weston Bounty. And I just don't see that happening.
Everybody would have to have a bad race for the 27 to get there. I mean, that's the reality of the situation.
33.988.
Missing a race like that early in the playoffs.
Bounce back, man. Keep it up.
He's looking good
The
so far
gap
tonight.
is
Runs
one.
in second now. The Diecast Fans Ford Mustang is a strong one for sure. Now there's some battling deeper in the field. We'll recap some of that quickly. It's Zach Millet and Dylan Cardenas do some fighting. Cardenas goes by. That's for sixth. Behind these guys, Noah Rainwater had a Benefield fight. Rainwater up to eighth. Benefield down to ninth. They'll argue over that a little bit. Daniel Wiles behind the
33.922.
Benefield, another one of those drivers that did not take tires on that pit stop. So again, all these drivers are able to pass around like this so easily are those drivers that did take tires on that previous pit stop. So I gotta wonder what strategy they're playing. And here's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking you talked about flipping it, where some of those drivers that took tires were getting that early one out of the way. I think some of these front runners that we normally see, like Millet, Benefield, and the others, they're thinking about running it short on the end of the race.
34.571.
I think the simple part to it is definitely they want to save a set of tires, but I think you're onto something there for sure in how they want to play this strategy. You'll have to wait and see. Obviously, it's a little bit too early to tell, but as we are about halfway through this run, we'll be finding out soon as far as what these guys want to do, whether it's a caution coming out to change things up, or if it's going all the way green to a green flag pit stop and just finding out when these guys actually want to come up the pit lane and what the rest of the race looks like from there. Daniel Wiles works on Noah Rainwater. This is for the 8th position. This is a lot of fun to watch. The 88 just trying to chip away at this spot, trying to get back into this race. Of course, there's a great opportunity ahead of him this evening to go up there and tackle a 31 car and try and work on that point sleep. He's only 5 back, so this is a really good opportunity for him to get up on the wheel and find something in these playoffs. But if he's mired back with damage,
Well,
that's just
caught
not
the
gonna
field
happen.
again.
I was going to say, Wiles trying to go back to back. He did come into the pit lane under that last caution we saw, but he did not have much damage.
How's the car feeling?
Lost for 5.2 seconds, so really nothing too crazy on that number 88 machine.
I didn't hit anything. I mean, except you. So I mean, it feels okay.
Okay. Well, good news is next pit stop you'll at least get a fast repair, so that's good.
Yeah.
Sorry, man, there wasn't anywhere I could go.
No, it wasn't your fault. It wasn't your fault.
Wiles to go to the outside. He's probably going to have this.
Guys on the track are running 34.151, 34.3.
And have an opportunity to move down, and he does. Millet tried to block it, right? Wiles moved too fast, and Wiles goes on by. The other part there, it was announced last week in post-race interviews that they are now teaming. Zach Millet making a shift while he's still listed at Track Bar Media.
What's that?
Shift over.
He's been running pretty green, or should I be expecting a caution?
So
been pretty green.
technically now aligned with that 88 car and wants to work with it. We saw that at Gateway a week ago. I think there was some of that in there.
Yes, sir. But that back one.
34.325.
Definitely, you saw Millet try to block, but you didn't see anything crazy aggressive. So I think there was definitely a little bit of that to play. But here, Millet continues to fall back on those old tires. And look at this. He's now going to fight with Benefield. The thing here is, Benefield on the same strategy. So these two fighting, they have the same tire strategy going on. Looks like Benefield may be saving more somehow.
Well, we know he's good on long runs. We know he's good at saving tires. And I think if we were to watch these guys have a long run, he might be better on that long run versus the one car. So if we get into a long run scenario where everybody's on the same tire strategy, watch out for car 83. It looks like he's got something, but it's hard to say. This is a small sample size. And I do want to call out that we get a battle for the race lead. It's looking good.
Looking good here between Bounty and Lindgren. They've continued to go at it all throughout this run. Jared Wishon there in third in the waiting. But both down to the bottom, you'll see Sean Bounty a lane up, trying to get that momentum. But these two have continued to go back to battle, lap after lap after lap. And those top four are tight together, all within 0.4 of a second are these leaders. Looks like Zach Lindgren is really able to roll the top well. He's gotten into the wall a few times, but he rolls that top so well. Joseph Tucker moves in front of Jared Wishon back there for third, but Lindgren continues to peak down to the bottom here on the inside of Bounty.
I know Zach pretty well, and I happen to know that he's a big Kyle Larson fan. So if there's any track that he wants to go on, it's going to be Homestead. He's got to want to run up top and try to replicate that Larson run. And he's doing a good job.
The interval is
this time, though, he drives down low and works on Sean Bounty from the inside lane. It's going to be no dice. He slips up and loses that spot back to Bounty on the straightaway, but it was looking good for a second. Now he goes on top.
Jared Wishon got the wall big time last lap around in turn 4. Lost that spot to Gardenius, but now they go back to battle side by side here. Gardenius will have it.
34.35.
So this is your battle for fourth. Meanwhile, it's about to be a three-way battle for the lead.
The right side damage to that 27 car, but you mentioned it, a three-way fight for the race lead. Tucker now going to nose up ahead, and he clears Bounty for the race lead, moves right up in front of that 34 car, and now Lindgren looks to the inside of Tucker. That gets shut down quickly. Joseph Tucker quickly surges up to the point and will lead a Homestead on lap 50.
Fast guys are running 34.272,
Side by side and that top and middle
34.258.
line. He rung it around the bottom and cleared them
The
before
39 is the leader.
up to him, because as we talked about, that top just has such great momentum. And he was able to use them, that battle, kind of as a pick, really an air pick to get in front of them before this lead. So Joseph Tucker leads for the first time tonight. And man, look at these top 6. They are all right here.
Someone else driving Benefield's car tonight?
He's got those 4 tires. Granted, he's on the same tire strategy.
It's weird, he's struggling, ain't he?
Yeah, that's why I'm like, I feel like he wouldn't struggle here.
He also didn't take tires that last pit stop.
That could be it too.
He's got trouble for them.
I want to make a note of this. Daniel Wiles, another one of those drivers, had damage last time around. He's running a 1/10 quicker than the rest of these drivers in front of him. So Daniel Wiles is faster, but look at that traffic in front of him. Again, they're all on the lead lap, so these are battles for position. That is a lot to try to get through.
Whoa,
big problem.
34.366.
bag. Sorry.
Job successful.
34.
I want to say these
2,
drivers
1,
are
1.
all very near each other in speed right now, except for Joseph Tucker. He is a 10th, almost a 10th faster than most of these drivers. He ran a little bit slower that lap, but he is driving away right now.
So Joseph Tucker looking good on lap 55. He's been leading for about 5 laps now.
Danny, are you in this pack
A run here on
behind me?
Tucker, the other Tucker. Dalton
Yes.
As Cardenas goes down low this time in 3 and 4.
Cardenas continues to try to move forward. He does solidify that
34.3,
That's going to put Bounty and Tucker side by side. That's Dalton Tucker in that number 21. He'll look down to the bottom. Meanwhile, 34 and Bounty goes towards the middle, drifts up to the high line, trying to carry more speed here on the exit. But Dalton Tucker going to move through. Looks like that car for Bounty is slowing down.
I'll mention Adam Benefiel has driven by the 05 on old tires here. Benefiel has much older tires than Rainwater, but he drove right on by the 05, made that pass, and now
Guys
Miller's
running
looking to do the same. So I think tires are starting to equalize. We've got to watch the 83, 31, good, so claw back up here.
Yeah, claw. They're going to have to claw because they're 2.6 seconds back from the next car of Zach Lindgren, so they've got some work ahead of them to do. Meanwhile, Bounty continues to try to hold off these cars. This is Wiles to the inside. He continues to surge forward. Gonna get a big push here from Washawn into turn number 3. That's gonna give him some great speed. But Washawn also has a fast driving Mustang, trying to make a hole here on the outside of Bounty.
Clear.
He's gonna cross him over. Bounty gets in the wall here. That's gonna allow Washawn to go to the bottom, surge on through.
Clear him.
These cars have slowed down to the point where they're now shifting in the corners. They were in 5th gear all the way around the racetrack earlier. Now they're running 4th in the corners, eastbound in turns 3 and 4 to get that run up off the corner and drive down the straightaway. Wiles moves into 4th over Rashawn and Bounty. Wigren watches on from 7th. Dalton Tucker in 3rd. And what a wild top 3 we have. To have Tucker, Cardenas, and Tucker your top 3 right now. Joseph Tucker finally has had an occasion these last 3 weeks, last 3 races has been really, really good lately. Cardenas couldn't make it last week, but shows up this week and is fast.
Still there.
And Dalton Tucker missed a bunch of the season, but comes back and just has that speed.
Still outside.
A lot of fun to watch these guys, and what a wild top we have right now. Wild top 7.
Still out there.
Yeah, really well. A wild top 7, like you mentioned, that we're not surprised to see Zach Lindgren up there, but a lot of these other guys haven't been running up front, or at least in the top 5 consistently. I think all of these guys have been there at some point in the season, but never truly consistently. And so they are all up here right now, racing it out here at Homestead. Dalton Tucker continues to have great speed, moving into 2nd here. Cardenas not able to put up a fight.
Clear high.
I'm sorry.
Clear high, clear high.
Your car killed after your incident.
Maybe a little bit longer on a long run if these guys are
Kevin.
saving.
No, I'm
We'll see
good.
how that breaks down. 40 from the end is going to be about 94. So the pit window is open to make this a 2-stop race, and immediately Sean Bounty comes in.
36.215.
Sean Bounty coming into the pit lane.
Hitting behind you.
Started off Benefield.
boy,
I just can't drive this thing tonight for some reason.
Excuse me, I don't think that's Benefield. Who is that?
It is Miller.
That is Russell Black. Is it?
Yeah, it's Miller in the 31.
Good job, Vic. Keep hauling out.
Mark on my charts. Yeah, that is Millet, Kevin List. So they're all going to come in at the moment the door opens. They definitely needed some fresh tires. At least Millet did for sure. And Bounty obviously not liking how that car is driving for him.
Watch for the response pit from Adam Benefield this time. He is going to come in and take service in that number 83 car. He has to cover that
Hitting
up.
behind you.
Millet came in. He's got a pit.
Let me mention, Adam Benefield there was running a 10th faster
Inside.
than the leader of Joseph Tucker.
Door
Tucker
clear.
was on new tires. And so that goes to show you how good Adam Benefield is on the long run. We've seen him prevail on long runs before, but tonight, that is what he is going to need. You saw that strategy work out for him. These drivers continue to stay out here up front. Daniel Wiles
Fast guys are
continues to
running
try to move forward in this race
34.519.
after having that moment
Hitting
with
behind
Michael
you.
Moultrie and Kevin West. He's put himself up
34.708.
into 4th.
And you know, this is a long run kind of league. When we have long runs, it's guys like Benefield and Millet that go to victory lane. When we have short runs to the
Inside.
end, that's when you see guys like Rashawn and Wiles
Still
win
there.
races. And that's what we've seen the last 2 weeks. So
Clear.
Jeff.
34.806. Thank you.
Car behind you. Just
Shorter
pitted.
race here tonight.
Hey, Bron, you got it back up in there, man. Good job.
Quickly. We cross over halfway about now. A few more laps until true halfway.
Might be pit here in a couple of laps. Just be aware.
Pit near at this lap. Their crew chief.
They just came into the pit lane. We've seen these two battle for a lot of this race.
We have, and this is one of the first fights on new tires. Sean Bounty, Zach Lindgren. They are the top two cars on brand new sticker tires.
And look at how close
Benefit
away
and
now.
Millet are. They're going to have to drive from
away.
behind, but I think they're going to have a leg up. And look
Mark.
at that.
Now,
Millet
turn it,
fastest.
turn it.
Now that they're on even footing,
Right
I think they're
behind
going to
us,
drive right up to the 85 and 34 and 88 as here comes Wiles off the pit lane. And this, if this
How are you
race
guys'
goes
tires
green,
after that run?
I think it's an 83-31 kind of day.
I couldn't agree more. And I think
70, 78.
Go, man, go. Hard.
Quickly on these drivers in front of him.
80, 74.
You'll see him stay where he's at, and then in about 20 laps, you'll see him just
Okay,
start to
I was
surge
86,
forward.
77.
Again,
Jared, I'm putting this
just,
on.
always good in the long run. I think that's partly because of how good he is at saving tire. So I think you'll see Benefield at least not gain an aggressive pace, but then as this run continues to go green, he will surge forward.
Well, they short pitted
Clear off the road.
Millen, so they are able to gain some time on these guys. I think short pitting is going to be the way to go tonight. I think there's just such a negligible difference between new tires and old tires. I think you've got a short pit. You want to be the first one in the pit lane.
Everyone in the pit lane now. Joseph Tucker coming in. Dalton Tucker, Cardenas, all coming out of the pit lane now. But Joseph Tucker, the last car to enter the pit lane.
74, 78.
There's Cardenas. And Benefield and Miller.
No spotter tonight, Joseph?
Benefield on the inside of Jared Lashani are into turn
He had to go
number
do his
3.
league.
He's going to split him
Oh,
3
copy
wide
that.
and go right on by the 21.
Oh, I thought you
Right on by
mastered
the
using both
27,
ears.
it looks like as well. Maybe not. Rashawn puts up a fight.
I think Benefield is going to go easy here. I don't think he's going to make any crazy move. He does not want to burn up his stuff. And we'll say it all night. He's so good on the long run. So I think you'll see him stay confident here between them. It's a battle between Millet and Dalton Tucker now. This battle up here is for the 7th position. Meanwhile, here comes Joseph Tucker from the pit lane. He's going to enter into this battle while Zach Lindgren and Sean Downey go to battle yet again for the lead.
And because they pitted earlier than Joseph Tucker, they exit
We're only
the
halfway
race
through this
lead
thing.
and cycle out to first and second.
33.
You've got to be the first car to the pit lane tonight. That's just be the way it goes.
85 is the leader.
I guess Tucker was waiting for a caution there, tried to stay out longer. I mean, I can't imagine why. He had great positioning. He was leading the race and leading well. He put down good lap time. So I can't imagine the strategy call to go out there and try to get a
Was
caution.
Miller trying to kill
You see
me?
right here, Tucker trying to get a little bit of a nose on
Leader to
Miller.
run of
He's driving
33.5,
fast down on the
4,
bottom
2.
of turns 3 and 4. Going to go to the inside of Millet here and the inside of Dalton Tucker.
He's got a 6-lap
33.843.
advantage over Zach Millet.
That lap was a really good
5-lap
lap, man.
advantage
Good job.
over Lindgren and Benefield.
You must have watched the Richmond race.
We've seen tires not matter as much tonight, strangely. At least not until the mid part of the run. Then, yeah, you get some nice gains out of them, but I don't know, man. I don't know about waiting that long a bit.
I know, I don't like it at all. You're leading the race, you're putting in great lap time, and you look. I mean, he gave up so much time. He gave up about 2 seconds by being later.
The great last lap, man.
Purely from staying out on the racetrack. So he's moved himself back up into Cardenas had a big moment back there behind Zach Millett. Daniel Wiles slowly waning right here in the second spot. He tries to dive off the corner and get that excellent speed. It'll be just under a 10th back from Lindgren right now. So I think Canadian is waiting for a mistake.
Go on, man. Pick it up a little bit. Looking
From this
good.
85. 85 gets loose right there. Wiles is going to have a good run here down the back straightaway.
And if you've watched Zach Lindgren throughout this race, mistakes have been aplenty. We've seen Lindgren lose here, lose there, lose everywhere. If you just wait and put some pressure on the 85,
Doug scared the hell out of me.
There, he gets free. Just steps over that line a little bit too much, makes that small mistake and slips out.
Exactly what Wiles was waiting for. He takes the opening and gets the spot. While Tucker still trying to use this advantage of those tires, 6 laps pressure from his competition. He goes to the inside of Jared Bushon. All of these drivers fighting for this championship are having a great day. Oh, big move by Jared Bushon. Great run down the back straightaway. Squeezes that hole between Bounty and Tucker and makes it work.
So you know, fast guys are running 33.61.
Jared Bushon is up to third.
2.
Power move.
Tell the track's cooling off.
Now 3 Mustangs lead the race. Wiles, Lindgren, and Bushon.
33.884.
2 Toyotas sit 4th and 5th. Joseph Tucker now 4th over Sean Bounty, 5th place.
Bounty continuing to fall slowly but surely in this race. Really slow lap that last time by. It was about 5/10 of a second off. And so it looked like
Clear
he
low.
had a big problem that last time by. And so the slow is a bit slower this time, but Bounty just not liking his car. He was running great earlier in this race, battling with Lindgren.
33.9.
It looks like it likes that early part of the run, but as these tires start to wear, something is changing in that number 34.
We expect these guys back on the pit lane somewhere around lap 100. I would split the gap from about lap 65 to lap 134. So
Outside.
a lot of time for these guys to just sit and battle now. They've
Still
made
there.
their pit stops, they've come off the pit lane, cycled out into what position they've
Still
gone
outside.
down. And I'll be honest,
Clear
I'm
up
surprised
top.
the 31 and 83 are moving forward faster. But they are still right behind these guys and lurking, and you know when you've got them in the rear view, they can move up and pounce at any point in time.
I don't know. I just feel like they're taking their time. I just feel like they're playing this very strategically, very methodically, and working it slowly, bit by bit. You see Benefield start to work here to the inside of Sean Bounty. He's going to go by here in one corner. He can slide up here. He's clear now. Millett also going to follow down to the inside. So Millett, Bounty, side by side. This is the battle for 7.
34.004.
Benefield pulls away. Now a second between Wiles and Lindgren out front. And Bounty using the top side to his advantage to stay ahead of Zach Millett for now. Sean looked really good for a little bit, led some laps, and that car is starting to look a little bit anemic as the race goes on. 16 laps led, but that Toyota is just sinking back now. He was one of the first cars to pit. Maybe that's part of it.
Cardenas gets in the wall as another little bit of a mistake. This is going to hurt Millett a lot. He is losing a good chunk of time to Benefield with these two going to fight it out 3 wide with Richard landing on the top side there. A little bit of a blink here from that 12 of Cardenas. That's not going to help in the battle of Millett trying to get by. So he has got to get by these cars as quick as he can because he is losing a ton of time to Benefield.
Well, we've got to talk about it. We're getting down to that point. Joseph Tucker goes on by. Jared Bushon and Zach Lindgren. Lindgren has a problem into turn 1. He falls back into 5th, now 6th. Benefield into 5th. Here comes Dalton Tucker on Jared Bushon. We haven't really had a lucky break of the day just yet. Lucky performance, lucky break of the day. Haven't really had one. I think my closest would have to be whatever got the 88 out
Outside.
front. Hitting when he
So you know, fast guys are running 33.842. Still out there. Working the outside. Clear outside.
Turn 4. Still waiting for that
33.84.
Yeah, I don't think we've truly seen one here yet tonight. I think we've got 50 laps left in this race, so we've got time aplenty to have our lucky break of the
Moultrie, were you quicker up top or on the bottom?
Led some laps early in this run.
Bottom.
Sean Bounty, but is now sinking back. Joseph Tucker has soared back through the second place.
You definitely were quicker down the backstretch, but it felt like it was probably going to be a net loss there.
Just yet. We'll talk more about that as the day
Yeah, I
goes
mean,
on.
you got to get around somebody. Eyesight on 1 and 2 is good, but 3 and 4, you got to run the bottom.
Yeah, I think
I don't think you'll have enough time to catch up to you,
right
Danny.
now,
I think you
I'm
have
gonna go
it.
with Wiles. He's coming off of a win last week.
Even though we still ain't got past the second
Here
stop.
in the playoffs, and he's running up front right now with a 1.4 second lead, with now under 50 laps to go. So I'm going to take Wiles right now.
And I've got to take Joseph Tucker, who runs in second. I just think he's looking really good. Led the end of that first green flag run that we had this evening, 2 green flag pit stops, and I think he just looks strong.
Have to agree.
Joseph Tucker a nominee, Daniel Wiles a nominee. At least I thought that was our nomination, so I'm going to put you on the spot here.
Oh, okay.
33.95.
I was gonna say, I mean,
Very good job.
I don't
Coming
have
out
to
back.
think too much on this one. You
The
can never
interval
count
is
out a bit of
1.2.
especially with these long runs that we've had. We know he is so strong on that long run. And as we continue to go on here, he's moved himself up to 4th. After the pit stops, he was in 9th. And he's continued to work himself up here, almost under 2/10 back from Dalton Tucker. So about to break onto this podium. If these long runs keep continuing, I think we're going to see Benefield fight with Wiles for this race lead.
34.293.
I don't like the fact that
Dylan Cardenas.
I don't.
And there's a reason we haven't seen this kind of speed out of him yet this season. So to see him up front fighting for the race lead at times, fighting inside of the top 3, I'm just impressed by the 12 car, and I think he deserves a nomination for driver of the day because this is a really solid, I don't even know the word, really solid performance. Then yeah, that works. Really solid performance so far for the 12 car, and I like what I see out of the 12. I think as this race goes on, he might move forward, get by that Rashad machine, might even get by Dalton Tucker, who knows? So watch out for the 12.
I think if his internet stays with us, that it might be a possibility for him. I don't know. I feel like we're going to regret leaving out Zach Miller. I don't know. I feel like since we picked everyone else, he's going to come up and find a way to win.
Well, that vote is now live over
Your best guys are
YouTube.
running 34.074.
Dylan Cardenas, 4 really good options. Make sure to make your vote. I mean, I personally feel like it's Joseph Tucker. He's running Daniel Wiles down. He is making inroads on that lead, but you've got 4 options. Make your vote. On board with Joseph Tucker as he chases down that Daniel Wiles car. Inside of 8-10s, right around 8-10s now off the corner. All it's going to take is Tucker to pit a little bit earlier than Wiles and cycle out with that 1 lap sooner.
34.103.
And this next pit stop is going to be key. We're about halfway through, a little bit more than halfway through for some drivers on this set of tires, on this management here. So I think this last pit stop is going to be key, and it's going to come in the waning laps of this race. It's a time where you cannot make a mistake. The time for that was earlier. If you make one now, your day is done. And the important thing is, obviously, all these drivers want to win. Not everyone can win. You need to have a good team. Because a lot of these guys up front here, pretty much everyone besides Tucker and Cardenas are fighting in this championship.
That'd be Dalton Tucker, of course, not fighting for the championship. Joseph Tucker is in the fight for the title here in the playoffs for the Sim Grant Market Series. Let's recap the point standings right on board from Adam Benefield. Let's recap this just a little bit. Zach Miller enters tonight 5 points up on Daniel Wiles. Right now, it would flip big time with Wiles out ahead. Benefield would stay about 3rd place. Kevin West would drop a bunch.
34.311.
And Joseph Tucker might swap spots. Michael Moultrie looking a little bit under the weather as far as performance goes. He's down the order along with Alfie Sharon Jr. and Jody Brown. Matthew Taylor's back there. Independent Hall is not here. And Jared O'Shawn is with Strong.
want to have a shot at that championship. And I think especially with guys like Benefield and Millett in here, because again, we've seen those are the two drivers that have been with us all season long. They've dominated the regular season. And obviously, I don't think it's going to be different in the playoffs. So if you're in anyone
Still got
in
14
that top
laps
12,
left.
I would say about
I have
top
3
8
laps more.
that wants to go and battle with those two, you have to be consistent.
You said you had
Wiles
3?
and Tucker, Joseph Tucker.
No, I have 17. I have 3 more laps than all of you.
Lindgren pitting early here as soon as the window opened up. He came straight to the pit lane. This is very early, only 29 laps complete. I don't know if I want to be this early to the pit lane.
Yeah, I think it's definitely a little early, but again, we talked about it. Lindgren has fallen off in that number 85. That car over the drive has just got looser and looser for him. So that pit strategy, it did not work out for him. He's going to have to tighten up that car.
Still out there. Quarter
This could do if he's able to run a solid 7 laps. He could cycle out to be ahead of these guys. Once the cycle is complete, and if he catches a late caution, that could put him out front.
That is definitely a possibility.
Go there. Clear.
Again, cautions can always happen, but it's one of those things. This series is so clean. They're normally so clean. So I would say that caution is a little bit less inevitable than you would see in a lot of other series. Jared with Sean, big time in the wall out of turn 4. We've seen that happen to him a couple times. That's going to allow Cardenas to finally maybe challenge for this spot. Cardenas has been within 3/10 of a second
man. We need a track for this.
10, 12 laps or so, and this is going to allow him to finally get around. That's going to move Cardenas up into third.
Every time I go to get a run on you in the through 1 and 2, I hit the wall.
Big run off the corner.
Sheesh.
Down towards the bottom. Cardenas
That's
on the top.
insane.
This is the battle.
Shifts
for
down
fifth.
to 1,
It's
and I'm
not over
super
yet.
lose.
Michael Madden, Matthew Taylor, they hit the pit lane. Joseph Tucker now getting swallowed up by Adam Benefield. This is for second on the racetrack. And this is what I was talking about. You get the 83 long enough on the long run. He's going to try by you.
After what I was saying, I definitely agree with you. You saw Joseph Tucker trying hard to get up to Daniel Wiles, and I think he used up his tires trying to do that. Benefield, like I said, very methodical. Zach Millett into the pit lane here. How will the others respond? But like we were saying about Benefield, just slow rolling this pit cycle, was able to do it. He's going to stay out. That is
Outside.
Nothing sure Junior comes
Door
in.
quarter clear.
Black comes in. She also Black's
34.284.
I'm sorry, different Ford Mustang. So he comes in this lap. And let's see, Millett might cycle out ahead of Zach Lindgren. Yes, he does. How did that happen?
Not quite sure.
I mean, honestly, how did that happen?
Hey Russ, I'm gonna pit next lap.
Okay.
Very, very interesting.
That has
We should be
to
good
just
to,
execution on and off the pit lane.
Good to the
Well,
end,
and
I think.
I'm looking at the times
34.
here, and
Will you? How many laps of fuel?
faster
What is the full
in
tank?
the lane, and I guess that was enough.
I don't know. I turned my auto fuel up though.
That's just execution on and off the pit lane, I guess. And, here we see.
I think Matta said it was like 92, 93 to the good.
On the racetrack. Wiles should be coming in soon, along with Benefield, Tucker, Cardenas, and Rashawn. Here comes Benefield.
Yeah, I'm gonna pit.
He responds.
Okay.
2 laps later, let's see how this is going to work out. We're
Run
going to
pit in
look
front
at
of
the
you.
times in the pit lane in the box.
Danny, when you
very
go down,
closely here for this
Adam just went in
It's
and
going to
dealt.
matter.
I got 7 laps.
There on the left,
Six,
box time
five.
on
I have
the
11,
right. Gotta be
but I'll
clean
stay on your strategy here.
Cannot slide into the box. Clean there. He's right on the marks. Right sides will go up.
So just tell me
Take
when.
4. IE take 2. I'm going to imagine he's going to take 4. See if those left sides go. Yes, they do. So 4 tires for the 83 of Benefield.
Guys are
And
on
there he goes. Michael
34.4.
Moultrie coming into his
1,
box. So good time there in the box. 14.
Oh my God. Wow.
Time in the lane. 37. Oh,
What?
slower. It's going to be about 0.6 of a second slower.
34.
I went to take 2 tires and I accidentally clicked my left side tires and it held me for like another 40 seconds. And then put the left side tires on.
I don't know though, you give that 83 long enough on a long run.
Man, you're just having some tough luck, aren't you?
Something went very right
Yep.
for Zach Millett on that pit stop.
You ain't lying.
Well, he was faster in the lane. Whatever he did, he those older tires. Millett was able to get 2 laps in on those fresh ones. But again, I think Adam Benefield is inevitable on these long runs.
There's Benefield on the inside of Dalton Tucker.
Not clear, buddy.
Made. Daniel Wiles, Joseph Tucker. Tucker rim ride all the way up the racetrack.
Sorry,
Daniel Wiles up a little
Got it.
further ahead.
Yes,
Brian Reese nearly got him to Joseph Tucker. That was scary.
33.4.
Average last 101 now.
Thought they were going to get
Already clear. Look at my
radio
inside.
apologizing to that 39 machine. He'll go down to the bottom and going a lap down here this run. And look at this, without people pitting, Zach Millett is 1 lap down. So all these people that have come into the lane are 1 lap down, waiting on Wiles, Tucker, Cartenius, Wishon, Downey, and Black to come into the pit lane.
Pitting this
I
time.
don't know about waiting this
This
long.
time,
We saw
Alright,
it
head into
earlier.
the
I
pitting.
think this just puts you behind the 8 ball.
Wish I could stop going to
Yep,
3.
well,
Always
saw it.
back.
Well, we saw it earlier.
34.
Hey, Joe, I'm going in this time.
He charged up back to second, then he fell off.
You can call it, you're fine.
Benefield went right by.
Hey, then.
Speaking of Benefield going by, he'll go by here, and look, it's going to be 3 wide. Brian Reese back up in the way. It's almost 3 wide there. Brian Reese goes all the way to the top. There was a big moment there, but that allowed Benefield to get in front of the 39. Meanwhile, Wiles
You taking 2?
4.
4, got it.
And I think, yes, that is Joseph Tucker following him in.
12 is the leader.
Stays out with Sean already pitting. So there he goes back out of the pit lane. He's going to be
Boss
way
man
behind
looking
all
good.
those cars he was battling. Way behind them. I'm talking seconds on the racetrack. 3 seconds, 4 seconds.
Here comes the guy on the lead lap.
It's going to be a huge gap from him up there.
Everyone has come in now.
Well, go get him, man. We're going to be pitting here in about 5.
Stay out at this
Next car is
moment
pitting.
are
Clears off pit road now.
Black. And here comes Cardenas. He's
Here's the
coming in
fastest car on the
lane
track.
this time by. Let's see if Russell Black
33.324.
will hit in lane. So Russell Black, the only driver out there to be not pit yet.
34.5.
Benefield goes the fastest way.
These guys are on
You're
like
doing a
4.
damn good job, my man.
Benefield starting to move.
And they put seconds on Wiles, seconds on Tucker. Yeah, these guys pitted sooner. They got out there on new tires sooner and ran those good laps. I said it earlier, and then I second guessed myself. Apparently I was right the first time because pitting earlier has benefited Benefield and Millett a ton. And it's not even going to take a long run. It's just going to take pit strategy to get them out front.
34.633. So they moved up into the
leader.
lead relatively. Russell Black not coming
Effectively.
in the lane yet. So yes, Millett and Benefield will inherit that. Dalton Tucker, the next car back, 0.3 of a second from Benefield. And I imagine the gap between those 2 cars will grow as this run goes on, as we wane just over 30 laps left.
And this is going to frustrate Dalton Tucker, Zach Lindgren, Daniel Wiles, Joseph Tucker, Jared Rashawn, Dylan Cardenas, Sean Bounty. It's going to frustrate those guys, and it should. It should really frustrate them because they have this race in their hands. That whole group of them, the 3183 were sitting back, and they played their cards right.
Turn in.
This is a learning moment.
Leave on me.
It should frustrate them, but they played the wrong strategy. Yeah, that at the end of the day, and that's just it. And you can definitely be frustrated with yourself all day long, but that is not going to help you going in the rest of these 4
Stop
races.
worrying about where I'm at.
Go, man, go.
And go again. Try something different.
It's
You're going
like
to have to
you
try
know.
something different to get up front with Millett and Benefield in these races.
Got to cover up that undercut for the 2 fastest cars in the field. I think that's what it is. We're going to watch Joseph Tucker. He's about 6 seconds back right now.
Leader at 33.549.
I don't
Working outside. Clear.
And I think we know it. Millett and Benefield so good at saving those tires, and I think if Joseph Tucker could even get up there, he'd earn his step up doing that.
Daniel Wiles, same boat.
4.989.
But it's going to take a huge run here. And you're right. To get up there would be to burn those tires up. Brown comes into the pit lane. He runs dead last right now. But he
here a little bit. Adam Benefield running a tenth faster than Millett right now. 3 tenths gap between them.
33.8.
This takes all those points gains away from those guys that we were talking about earlier and shifts it the other direction where Millett has the advantage right now. Benefield has the advantage right now. Wiles is going to finish 5 spots down if things hold. This is turning disaster mode for all those playoff drivers that were hoping to upset the 31 and 83.
Yeah, just did not play that strategy right. It worked out here for the 83 and the 31. The question is, can Benefield get around Millett? I believe he can. He's got the time. We know that Benefield is inevitable on those long runs. We've seen these two drivers do battle all season long. We've had these longer runs. We've seen Millett go to victory lane sometimes, but I think more than often we have these long runs. It's Benefield having the benefactor.
We're battling up there, Danny, so this is our chance.
Well, I'm going to make a play for Lucky Performance, Lucky Break of the Day. It's going to be whatever the heck happened to the 31 rather on that pit stop cycle. However, he was in and out faster than everybody else. That's my Lucky Performance Lucky Break of the Day. As Adam Benefield looks up on him, and Zach might not hang on for the win, but whatever he did there completely changed this race.
Definitely changed the race for him. He's going to have to try to hold off Benefield here. As we know, Benefield very fast, but again, you're going to have to make this pass with this track being so multi-group. Oh, Millett having a problem. Benefield getting loose as well. So the exact time that Millett had issues, so did Benefield. 33.5 on the other right there. But
there you go.
Benefield is going to have to find a way around this 31. That is not going to be an easy task.
I'm running out. Down about 20 laps to go.
Man, you got a lot of room out the back.
Time to spar a little
The
bit.
inner board 1.
Right to the back bumper to 31.
Tell that track's cooling off there, Marky. What do we got? We're down to 91 track time.
Inside in turns 3 and 4.
33.51.
We were at 117 for qualifying.
Going to get the advantage on the outside. Just has great drive off.
Fastest guys on the track are at 33.83.
Is planted. Benefield just has that speed. We cross over lap 113, so just over 20 laps left.
Millett bobbles some more. Gets in the wall. Here comes Benefield on the inside.
Benefield gonna have a great run down. Millett tries to hit the side trap. Down to the bottom, trying to pinch Benefield down on that bottom. Benefield gonna have a great drive out of the corner. There you go. Adam Benefield takes away the race lead.
Am I mistaken, or did Millett come down and hit the 83 a little bit on corner entry?
There was
Done a good job, bud. Nothing out the back.
But
Yeah,
between them,
two fucking lap cars, man.
All season long.
I'm
They
watching.
really know how each
This
other
is
drives,
insane.
So I don't think he
Come
came
out
down
back.
to make contact on purpose.
Clear your hands.
Something we have to watch. I know we're down for right now, the 39, but they are closing in. They're down to 3.8 seconds back now.
They're not getting loose off a corner when I'm on this inside.
Scared me half to death. And the 39 is not far back. They're closing in some more. I don't know if they're going to get there. It's a long ways to go, 20 laps. We've got to watch it.
I don't think there's enough time. I just think Benefield is too good
Hit the ball.
on the long run for these drivers to be able to try to make up this time. Wiles, he's had a great night. He was running up front for quite a while, but I think the thing of the day was pit strategy.
Go back to what I said earlier, I think before you joined me. Daniel Wiles just had the points race today. Keep himself within range of the 31 car. That said, that could put him behind the 31 where he has to get up on the wheel and drive back up to the 31. He has points raced. He has put himself in a good spot at the end. Now he's got to drive his rear end off and get up to the 31 car. He has survived. Now he's got to be up on the wheel and make the most of what he can here. It's playing out.
I really could use a caution.
I didn't think that was going to happen. Honestly,
Danny, back up to me real quick.
Earlier, I was doubtful
We can cause it.
I thought maybe something else would happen along the way.
We're catching
this race.
The inner board
Right now, it's shaking out exactly
1.7.
that way where he has points raced, he's put himself in a good spot, and now he has to chase the 31.
Yeah, and here's the thing. Over the past 2 laps or so,
We're watching the gap from Daniel Wiles to Dalton Tucker, 2.3 seconds right now, and that seems doable in 17 laps. That is a long ways to go still. That's only to Tucker, that's not even to Miller. Not even to Benefit.
No, again, I just don't think there's enough time. I think Wiles has had a great night. I think he's done everything out on track that he has needed to do. And I think he stayed a little bit long on that last call. But again, at the end of the day, it's the pit strategy that's gotten him.
A lot of drivers who want this race back.
Leader to run of 33.88.
Basically, everybody that around lap 60 or so was ahead of Zach Miller out of Benefield. Every single one of those drivers is going to want this race back.
Yeah, and you know that a lot of that saying, you know, Wiles not having a bad day. He's probably going to finish fourth here in this race, maybe in third if he can get around Dalton Tucker. Joseph Tucker going to have a good day as well, and so is LaShawn and Lindgren, all up in those top 7. But again, Millett and Benefield are so strong, you have to start finishing in front of them if you want to battle for that championship. There's going to be more time as we've got 4 races left, but you cannot have more races like that.
And you're not wrong. It is a good day to finish up inside the top 10 anytime that you're on the racetrack. But when you have a 20-car field, you've had a few drivers start to skip some races back into the season. How good is it to run 10? How good is it to run 7th? I mean, if you inflate that to a 40-car field number, that's effectively running about 14th.
Yeah.
So when you put that into perspective, yes, it's still a good day, but how good?
Yeah. Fully agree there. I think in terms of this, you're having Wiles of obviously have the best day running fourth. You'd flame
outside.
probably 8.
You're outside if you want
to
it.
be in the top 10. He's in the top 5 here tonight. But you're right. LaShawn, Cardenas, Lindgren, Kevin West, all definitely looking for more.
33.944.
Tucker as he chases down Zach Millett. Some lap traffic now playing into things. I see the 16 of Michael Matta there. I see the 44 of Matthew Taylor. I also see the 99 of Alfie Sharon Jr. trying to hang on to the lead lap. Look now, but Daniel Wiles is still closing in on these guys.
Thank you, sir.
He is.
It's a long ways to go still, but he's closing in.
A little bit faster than I would have imagined, but I still don't think it's enough time for him to be able to get
33.844.
at least all the way to Benefield. I don't know if he can get to Millett and see the gap between them. About 1.4 now between Millett and Wiles if you skip Tucker. So it's possible, but I do not think he'll get to Benefield.
No, I don't think he'll get to the 83 car. I think the 83 is out to lunch unless we get a caution flag, which is
Thank you,
entirely
Matta.
possible here. We saw it at Gateway a week ago.
Matta, it's me
Caution
next.
changed everything.
And if we were to get that, what do you imagine people would do?
33.837.
Well, you have to come in and get tires, but how many do you get? You get 2 and get back out there? I think so.
I was like, yeah, I'll just let all my
I don't
teammates
think
fight
so.
it. You guys were
I
all
think I
blind.
go no tires. Because here's the thing. What did we see earlier in this race? And obviously we've had track conditions change a little bit. We've seen that sun go away on the racetrack. But we saw for the first like 4 laps or so.
Give it what it'll take, bud. You got lots of room behind you. The interval
It's me,
is one.
Matta. It's me.
Cold tires, but
It's
last
true.
night in the BRD Racing League,
Okay.
it was a very loose setup. Like these guys have had this evening. Very loose
33.799.
race car on a track that was difficult to drive. It was IRP, so a short track, but difficult to drive. Want to run the high line there as well. When
Bad guys run at 34.106.
Appreciate it, Matta.
If you take 2 tires here, does that tighten the car, or does that mean you don't have to fight the wheel?
It might.
And now with 10 laps to go, Daniel Wiles within a half second of Dalton Tucker. I think he can at least get to that 3rd place.
I think it now it's looking definitely more like a possibility that he can get around Dalton Tucker. The question is now, can he get around Millett as well? Because now the gap between them now just about 7/10.
We've got a number of votes flowing in for the NARL Driver of the Day conversation so far.
Jumping
It's
out the
between
back.
the 39 of Joseph
Yeah,
Tucker
2.
and the 88 of Daniel Wiles. Make sure to place your vote. Time is running out. Daniel Wiles running into the top 3 maybe here. He would be a really good shot him off into turn 3 like a cannon. And now the 88 is in the back end of the 31 car, Zach Millett. But Millett has had all this time to just run quietly, save his stuff. How much better are his tires going to be than Daniel Wiles?
Well, that and how hard is it to pass Millett? I mean, Millett, no easy pass. He is such a great defender. So even if Wiles can get there, I question if he can make the pass.
34.051.
Running out of time for that driver of the day vote will give you until we finish reading through the results. Running out of time, and it's a tie right now between Joseph Tucker and Daniel Wiles.
Sorry if I screwed you up. I'm trying to stay high for you guys.
Close here between these two. They both get clear of the 99.
33.869.
5 laps to go, coming around
Good
the
job,
four
boss.
this
We'll
time.
give you the lowdown here shortly. Just keep passing.
Wiles is there. The gap now within 1/10 of a second. You can see him just rolls the center so well as skids on exit. He's going to get to him here. Millett, yep, Millett has the bobble. Side by side, he's on the corner panel now. Will he send it down into turn 1? They both will. Wiles going to go rotate the corner here, but can he make the exit?
Yes, he does. A bobble again out of Millett, and Wiles will take that position away. That's good for second. Now he's got 2.5 seconds up to Adam Benefield. I don't think that's going to happen, but he can certainly try.
This puts him in the fight. Obviously, we saw Wiles have a better day than both of them last week. But here you see Benefield surge out front. But here's the thing. Wiles is in front of him in the points, so that's okay. Now, Millett is in front of both of them, but he's down in third. This is going to tighten up the battle between these three front runners.
3 laps to go the last time by.
34.24.
He's coming around
Still
the
there.
obstacle sticks this time by.
Still inside.
Absolutely stellar drive from the 83 tonight.
Still
Looks
inside.
so good. So he's had a bad
Clear
qualifying.
him. Clear.
Not what we normally see out of him. He's not the most amazing qualifier, but again, farther back than we would have imagined. Played a good strategy in the beginning, was pretty quiet in the mid-pack, but slowly and surely started to inch forward more and more. Battled with Millett in the race lead.
34.14.
15 laps ago. Got it, and has been driving away ever since.
There's Adam Benefield from Team Constant Performance. Driving off of turn number 4. This time by, you'll see the white flag brought to you by Whiplash Simcams. 1.5 miles to go, and he can start this playoff with a bang. It was a solid race last week, a solid recovery drive from him last week. Gateway, a win here would be huge for the 83.
White flag.
It'd be so big for him to get that win. I think would move him very, very close to
34.194.
this championship fight. Again, those top 3 drivers so close, but that 83 has dominated in the end.
Off of turn number 4, checkered flag in the air. Adam Benefield going to victory lane in Miami.
Appreciate it. Good race, boys. Hell of a job coming up, Danny.
Great job. Daniel Wiles finishes second. Millett third.
Lap car was giving me dirty air. I couldn't catch up to Dalton.
And fifth.
Checker flag.
Adam Benefield with a
Hey,
big
Matthew, I
win here
love
this
his
evening.
bumper.
Pit crew
You
was
got the wrong
Nod
fucking
there from
awful.
Daniel Wiles.
Friday was fucking awful. I mean,
He'll go on by a nod from
all
Zach
starts on our part on
Miller.
Friday, too.
I don't see
We'll qualify better. We'll do what we can with this stuff.
What a great job. Deserving donuts. Gonna burn it down here in front of these fans.
Matthew, you got to get the cracked
So
wheel
what a
on.
job by
I took the safety right front of that race.
of Adam Benefield gets the win at Homestead, Miami.
Coming, guys. You are 10 away now. 5 away. We're going to be down at pit stall 23.
And Benefield is the one driver,
you over there at 23,
the driver of the day vote.
Yeah, we're standing here.
Whew. Okay.
Can you imagine that?
That's crazy.
Fucking Benefield won again.
That really is crazy. I mean, look, I think
Goddamn
Wiles
guy.
is definitely deserving as well.
Lucky guy, so
I
fast.
think Benefield just
Jesus.
played it from the beginning.
Now looking back on it, if I
cracked
had
one.
to pick a driver, I know I nominated Benefield, I nominated Tucker, or no, I nominated
what'd you
Tucker
do in the other race?
Cardenas, rather. I would pick Daniel Wiles if I had to pick one, just because of the recovery drive there on late tires, all that. But Adam Benefield to have no votes is very surprising to me. We'll take a look at the unofficial race results when it's all said and done here. Daniel Wiles just short of Adam Benefield.
Good run, guys.
2.6 seconds at the end. Benefield goes to victory lane with 22 laps led.
Good
and they
Danny,
all came in that
P2.
last run to the end. Zach Miller,
J-Dog,
third, Dalton Tucker
P5.
fourth, Joseph Tucker fifth.
There you go, top 20.
Two
Hell
Tuckers
yeah.
there, netting a top 5. Jared
22
O'Shawn comes
cars
up
start,
short
not
in
even.
the 6th position. Dylan Cardenas in 7th.
I was
Zach
burning my
Rupert
shit
falls
off trying to
back
catch
8th.
Moultrie.
Kevin West 9th, and he was just ahead of Sean Bounty.
I just
Back
couldn't figure
there
out the
in
right front
11th,
to
the 64 of Russell Black having a quiet day. Then it was the 29 of Michael Moultrie. Noah Rainwater making his return here in the playoffs in the 05.
Actually, I like the setups for these. This one I didn't really like.
Alfie Sharon Jr. and Matthew
Were you
Taylor.
guys shifting?
15th and 16th in Brian Reese and Michael
I
Maddox.
tried the
And
first
Daniel Howe,
run.
18th, 19th,
Yeah, I tried the
20th,
first run too, and I fell
Manning
back so
and
fast I
Jeremy
ended
Brown.
up just staying in 5th the rest of the race.
And that does it for the results.
Feel
20
the
cars
difference.
showed up this evening. Cody Ellis did not start the race. And that will
That's
conclude
freaking shifting
the
all through
NLR
practice,
Driver
so
of the Day
took me
vote.
a little
It's
bit to figure it
going
out.
be- well, it's going to be a tie between
Really?
Joseph Tucker. Yeah, a tie between Joseph
Thought this
Tucker
would be
and Daniel
one of my
Wiles.
best chances to win, and I got my ass handed to
It's
me by 19
just
seconds.
going to be what it is.
There we go.
So Joseph Tucker, Daniel Wiles
Better than getting
will
your ass
share
handed to you by 25
NLR
seconds.
Driver of the Day honors. And I'm going to break the fourth wall for a second. If you have negativity, we don't need it here in the YouTube chat. So, unfortunate that maybe you don't feel too good about the way this
This is
race
one
went,
track where I
but,
never feel like I'm driving the car on the edge
let's have some more positivity out in the YouTube
while
chat.
being
Let's
fast.
bring in race winner Adam Benefield this evening with a solid performance.
All right, Marky.
22 laps led at the end.
If you're watching, I'll give
And
you
it
a call
sounds like
here
you were
just a little
talking about
bit,
some
chat with these
shifting
guys.
there, but shifting gears to the